So out of nowhere, Stay True Sounds dropped a Black Hole 1000 Seconds remix from Atmos Black, right? So I listened to it and the track sounds really cool. I like it. I'm super interested in three-step Afro house, and 1000 Seconds itself is a classic. It is a certified classic of a track in house music, especially here in South Africa. It is a crazy jam. It's a classic, like it's loved by everybody and respected by everyone. That we can definitely admit. So this remix came out of nowhere, and they also did like a re-release of the original track itself. I'm not sure how they changed it from the original track, because they might have updated maybe the mixing and the mastering. From what I heard from it, it doesn't sound super different. It sounds like the same thing, but it might just be sounding much more shinier. I could be wrong, and it could just be a placebo effect just by listening to it now and seeing it repackaged on the Stay True Sounds page. And obviously, after listening to this track, a lot of people came in with their own opinions, especially this remix, right? So we're gonna focus on this remix. So a lot of people came in, and they were saying what they were saying. Shout out to Atmos, and we are ready for the future because of such music. It's different, and different opinions and things like that. So I wanted to hear from you guys, to hear what y'all think. So I did ask to ask you guys, what y'all thought about this remix. So I just said, is this remix of a classic tune a hit or miss? Because I've been noticing that different people have had different opinions. So I'm here to react to your reactions, and I'm gonna be roasting y'all. I'm gonna definitely be roasting your opinions. I'm kidding. I'm definitely not gonna be roasting anybody, because I am a respectful man and I respect everybody's opinion. So I'm just gonna take it with respect, but obviously with a little bit of shade, just to keep it interesting. Okay, so personally, what I wanted to focus more on is, are these kind of tracks supposed to be left alone or be remixed? Because that's where the conversation for me feels like the whole conversation is going to. Because if people are always like, yo, a classic tune, a classic track that is a hit doesn't need to be touched again, and things like that. So we've got different opinions here. So someone said here, what guys, going to study music is very important. A remix is a second chance for the original track, so it should be better than the original. So what most guys produce these days are crap. Seriously, for me personally, I don't approve it, which is a valid opinion, because if you just don't like what people are making nowadays and you don't respect them and you don't respect their production, you're obviously not going to enjoy the remixes that they have. But those are the new cats that we have. Those are the new artists and producers that we have now, so there's nothing we can do. Maybe you can suggest someone who you thought could have done a better remix and things like that, but you get what you get, right? It's like with anything, there's nothing you can do there. So someone said, let I listen, so they're gonna listen. Someone said, hit, miss, not necessarily a banger, but a good track to start a set. That's really funny for me. Like a good track to start the set, meaning that it's like on the lowest point in your list of tracks that you want to start with, because obviously your biggest hits, you want to drop them later. For me personally, if I were to play in a set, I wouldn't necessarily put it at the start of my set. I don't think so. I think I'll put it somewhere in the middle right there, because still, if people hear that woo 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 woo, they know what track it is. So even if it's mixed up with something else, people will like that and will vibe to that, because people will be like, yo, I know that's a song that I like, that I know that that's in this track, in this mix, but it's a different vibe. It's now a three-step vibe, which some people are vibing with also right now. And I think people will receive it very well. I'm sure this track will be received very well. And then we have a different opinion here. Some songs should be left as they are. They don't need remixes. At this point, they're also gonna remix Rocco Memories. I wouldn't say that track needs a remix or needs to be remixed. I don't think it needs to be remixed. I think that one should be left alone. I do agree with this opinion. Some tracks are just okay to just leave them as they are, because if people want to hear that track, they can just go ahead and listen to the original, right? But some tracks I wouldn't mind hearing how they would sound, especially if they're super old, and I would mind to hear how they would definitely sound. If let's say they were reimagined in a modern style that we have now. Like a lot of tracks have been remixed into Amapiano, and that sounds super dope. I've also remixed songs that were Amapiano into three-step Afro House that you can check out right here on the channel. Those are my remixes, because I just wanted to see how those Amapiano songs would sound, let's say if they were created into three-step Afro House. So that was the intention of how I was remixing those songs, instead of me just remixing them for no reason at all. So it kind of makes sense in that way. So someone responded there and said, exactly, my guy, that's exactly what I was telling my homies about. We can't remix every classical song. Why can't they just leave them as they are? So it is true, I agree, you cannot remix every track, but it is what it is. Okay, let's take a look at more here. As I know, Atmos Black, I think the remix is okay, but he didn't want to add too much sound. He just wanted the sound to be clean and low peak. So I do agree right there. Obviously, the remix doesn't have so much going on, and it's, you know, it's super simple. It sounds like any three-step upper house you've heard. The next guy says FK Mash would have smashed it. That is true. That is true. FK Mash has a touch that is unmatched. Like the sound that he creates, I think that would be really dope. Like, shout out to Atmos Black, obviously, but I think Stay True Sounds could have, you know, maybe did multiple remixes, you know, give one to FK Mash, give one to Julian Gomes, give one to, you know, Atmos Black, so that we can have different varieties, and then we can choose the ones we like. FK Mash would have crushed it, but we don't know what happened. You know, maybe he did ask him, and then he was like, you know what, I'm not gonna touch it. You know, give it to someone else. We don't know. Next, Unnecessary could have just been left alone. Some classics must be left unremixed. Again, if Mosquito approved it, who are we to have opinions about it? Mosquito's not God, bro. We can definitely have opinions. Everybody can have an opinion. I want to know your opinions down below if you haven't shared yours already. Let's see what the comment. He's not God. There we go. He's not God. Yeah, definitely. Everyone can share their opinion. You know, obviously his opinion is also valid because, you know, he's a veteran, he's a legend in the game. But we can also have opinions because we're also consuming this music. The original song alone is a difficult song. Atmos did his best. I agree. The original song is obviously a difficult song, you know, but if someone managed to remix it, then that's a good thing. And also another thing about these types of songs, especially when it's early like this, a lot of people will react to them and give their honest opinions. But one thing I know that will change a lot of people's minds is right now that we're just getting into festive, when events start to happen and other people's reactions add groove at parties in these like super cool events, when they start to react to this track and everyone ends up realizing that the track is a hit and is a banger, you see people switching back to be like, yo, this song is great, I just needed time to sit with it. People always flip-flop depending with where the masses go. So that's something that can actually happen. People can jam to it this festive season, and everyone's opinion will change. And everyone who was on the other side saying that it's not a good song, it's not a good remix, they should have left it alone, they'll be like, you know what, I heard it at Groove and the track is actually a hit, so I changed my mind. Which is okay, you can change your mind, but I'm just saying, look out for that. I definitely am expecting that to happen. When people listen to these songs online, you know, just in the headphones, it is different than when you listen to a track, you know, with the hype of a whole crowd and seeing how other people react to it, because some of us really don't have strong, powerful opinions where you stick to your opinion 100%. Some people are also swayed by public opinion as well. So if they see that everyone is now vibing with the track, they're also going to change their mind because they don't want to be left out. So they'll also just follow what everyone is saying. I know that phenomenon happens so many times because some songs are trash, but people just like them because they heard other people like them. And they just listen to the radio DJs when they say, this is the latest, hottest track, so you must also like it. And people are like, okay, it's the hottest track, so I'm going to like it too. Sheep, bro, sheep. Make your own opinion about something. That's what's needed in music. They could have just called Black Hole on a new project rather than tampering with a classic. I responded to that one and I said that would have been a great idea. This is one of the earlier comments I got from this post. This is definitely would have been a great idea. I hope that they can still do it since they're already working with Black Hole. So what they can do is, you know, work on something new, work on something brand new, you know, with Black Hole, and see what they can create. And just leave the old track alone. It's done now. It's remixed. It's cool. They re-released it. It's totally fine. But work on something new. I haven't heard anything new from Black Hole in a minute. Like, I really haven't heard of anything. If you have, you let me know. But we really haven't heard anything new from Black Hole in a while. So it would definitely be a truly great idea if they did that. But you let me know what you think down below. Is this remix a hit or a miss? Again, the same question. But personally, I think it's okay. I think it's a cool remix. Nothing to write home about. Nothing to call your friends and be like, bro, did you hear this new remix? Nothing like that. But it was a good attempt. It sounds really good. I don't think I've heard many remixes of this track, but this is the one that I think sounds really good right now. If you have any other suggestions of any other remixes for this track that you know, let me know down below in the comments and let us know, and then we can take a listen and see how they all compare. But that's it for me. I want to hear from you down in the comments down below. What do you think about this remix? What are your thoughts? If you want to support the channel, you can hit the like and subscribe. You can also check out the links that are down below to check out my store if you want any music production stuff that you might want to use for your own productions. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.